Welcome to the Bible Forum. We're here every Sunday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern, live or online at our website, thebibleforum.net. Whoop. Bounce back on me, stop. I want to talk to you about Rush Limbaugh, his Christian testimony. Rush Limbaugh first announced in early February that he'd been diagnosed with advanced stage lung cancer. Every day, Limbaugh said he wakes up and he thanks God that he's alive. Just waking up, he says, is a blessing. I know many of you are praying daily and nightly. I happen to believe that prayer works. I believe that they are sustaining me, and I pray for the energy to be able to do this, meaning his show. Rush Limbaugh has proudly smoked large cigars for years. His lung cancer is pretty well advanced. He's not sure if he'll survive this. Well, very few, if any, people in this country have done more to inform and mobilize Americans than Rush Limbaugh. An interview with Rush yielded this observation, quote, "Conservative radio host Rush Limbaugh is 69 years of age, and today he says he's leaning on God's blessings amid his battle with cancer." Limbaugh, who announced he had advanced lung cancer earlier this year, said that his latest bout of treatment has rendered him virtually worthless. Despite being beaten down by aggressive treatment, Limbaugh said that everything in his life is a blessing, including just waking up. He said there have been many cycles, but this is the third wave. And this current wave, I have to tell you, is kicking my butt. He didn't say butt. Limbaugh said he's only had enough energy to rest, relax, and recuperate from the treatment. Every day I wake up and the first thing I do is thank God that I did. Just waking up is a blessing. The radio host went on to say that he's being sustained these days by prayers. I know many of you are praying daily and nightly. I happen to believe that prayer works. I believe that they are sustaining me. I pray for the energy to be able to do this, meaning his show. I have to be honest, I do not have the energy that I used to have. On his radio show, he added that he is well aware of the fact that he may not be able to continue the regular show. He said, "My attitude is this, and the reality is the day is going to come when I'm not going to be able to be here. I don't know when that is, and I'm hoping that it is months, years." These were the words spoken early on when he had just began therapy. Every day the new Rush Limbaugh spoke of hope and often of God. But that was then. Today the old Rush is back with his regular vulgarities and shameless arrogance. I've listened to Rush since 1993. I look forward to hearing what he has to say. I am disappointed with any and all fill-ins when he's absent. But I have to tell you, when he launches into his tirades and waxes vulgar, it's hard to keep listening. I often change the channel or turn off the radio. I believe Rush Limbaugh is torn. He knows enough to be respectful of God things, just not God. His brother is an outspoken Christian. It sounds like his parents were. When Rush was diagnosed with a serious form of cancer, his vocabulary changed. He was almost reverent, certainly not vulgar, not overtly demeaning to other people. After the first round of chemo, when he realized there was hope, he began going back to the old Rush. It's the atheist in the foxhole syndrome, meaning there aren't any. When death stares people in the face, the common response is to think of God. Why? Because we all know instinctively that regardless of what we say, there is a God, on some level, in some way. And Rush is no different. It's painful, however, to listen to. To know this man is aware of his mortality and is taking it so glibly. To be so intense in his responses regarding God when the future was uncertain, and then revert to his old attitudes and language choices when the pressure is off. This is how we know all this is not a matter of intellect. It's heart. The one true God of the universe is a killjoy. With him I must be kind, giving, decent, and respectful, even when I'm upset or extremely happy. When all is well, as far as I know, then I can be as vulgar or flippant as I choose. Rush said, I'm hoping that the current cycle of treatment does its magic and starts working on the tumor as the clinical trial drugs did. But regardless, the day is going to come when it isn't going to be possible to be here every day. And who knows? It may not be possible to be here for 3 hours a day. But any chance to do the show, and I'm going to take it. Rush Limbaugh is one of the smartest men you will ever meet. But where God is concerned, he is no different than the most vulgar man you've ever met. It's called hedging your bet. The idea that when betting heavily on a certain outcome, you put little money down on the opposite just in case. And it appears Rush has resisted past attempts to get him to pay attention to God. Perhaps one day that will change. And that would be my prayer for Rush Limbaugh. And I don't want him to go away. There's nothing on the radio or on TV or on the internet to match his understandings and common sense. So I say, God bless you, Rush. May you comprehend the truth before it's too late.